Hello, good morning. Nice to greet you. This is the study of our English classes in the digital book, which you can find on this same social network. I invite you to subscribe, share, and comment.
Unit number 4, reporting what people said and told us. Okay, unit goals. In this unit we will examine the point number 1 is how to report what someone said or told us. And for example, he said he has 3 brothers. Okay, other example, she told me she hadn't finished the report. The other point is how to report using other verbs. And for example, they explained that they couldn't help us. Other point is how to report suggestions or recommendation. And for example, we recommended that he check the internet, and more vocabulary. Reporting what people said and told us. Okay, we have here some imagine, a truck, a policeman, people in the street, one car police, and we have here the keywords and expressions. With pile up is carambola de coches, pile up. Fog, niebla, fog. Mess, disorder. Okay, mess. Flare, luz de bengala, flare. Okay, to post, to put a message, to post. A fine, una multa. Okay, a fine. We have here a all pile up uninterested. This is Ken Edward reporting live from Central City, where a huge accident involving more than 90 cars has stopped traffic for 7 miles on Interstate 35. As you know, the fog this morning was very dense and visibility was extremely poor. As a result, a semi-trailer truck jack knifed when he tried to above a tanker truck that was stopped on the side of the road. The tanker truck was carrying gasoline and the semi had a lot of fertilizer. The authorities had been worried about an explosion, but luckily the fire department arrived at the scene very quickly, and they were able to put out the fire. This accident, however, provoked a huge pileup behind it involving 93 cars. Police are saying that it will probably take all day to clear the mess. I talked to the driver of the semi a little while ago, and he said that he had been driving very slowly because of the road conditions. He said he never saw the tanker truck until he was only a short distance from it. He told me that the tanker didn't have any lights on, and that the driver hadn't put out any emergency flares. I talked to the authorities and they told me they are investigating the situation. They said that many truckers have recently been stopping at the section of the road to the rest, even though it's not a designated rest area. They mentioned that they had posted signs warning truckers not to stop on this part of the road, but that the driver might not have seen the sign because of all the fog. I have tried to talk the driver of the tanker, but he told me that he wouldn't talk to us. He said that his lawyer had instructed him not to say anything. We also tried talking to the lawyer, but he explained that they couldn't comment on this until his client had been cleared. When I talked to the police, they said that they will only be able to give the driver of the tanker a parking ticket which carries a fine of $110. When all the other drivers that were involved in this accident heard this, many said that they planned to send a letter to the governor. They said that someone they had caused an accident like this one should receive a more appropriate punishment. They suggested that the driver of the tanker be responsible for paying for cleaning the mess after the accident. Let's see what the governor said later today at his press conference. This is Ken Edwards for WBDC Spotlight News. Perfect. And we have here the check your understanding with 6 questions. What happened this morning? An accident. Question number 2. How many cars were involved in the pileup? Question number 3. Who caused the accident? Question number 4. Why didn't the driver of the tanker truck want to talk to Kent Edwards? Question number 5. How much will the driver have to pay for the accident? And question number 6. What do the other drivers think of this? Perfect. We have here some important with the concept and structure. Number 1. When we want to report that someone has said, he must often use the reporting verbs with said or told. Okay? Said and told. When the information in the report hasn't happened yet or is still true, we report in the same tenses as the original statement. For example, the police to the reporter is we will only be able to give the driver of the tanker a parking ticket. Okay? The example here is they said that they will only be able to give him a ticket, or they told me that they will only be able to give him a ticket. We have here the subject said or told is for report, that the subject, and more the verb in same tenses. We have to change subject and object pronouns when we report something a person he said. Okay, we have here the practice number 1. In class activity number 1, speaking, what's your musical style? Practice number 2, practice number 3, practice number 4, and we have here some important with concept and structure number 2. When we want to report that someone he has said, we must often use the reporting verbs say or told. When the information in the report already happened, we change the tense of the verbs by using the sequence of tenses. And for example, I will study French next year. I finished my studies just last year. The example here is he said that he will study French the following year. Or he told you that he had finished his studies the previous year. We have here the told and the object. We have to change the tense of the original statement and the time expressions. in addition to changing the subject and object pronouns. The changes we have to make are the following. And for example, here the original statement is Patty to her husband. And report statement is the simple present I work. The simple past is she told him she worked. Okay. Okay. We have here present continuous I am working. The past continuous is she said she was working. Okay, was working. Simple past is I worked, is past perfect. She told him she had worked. Okay. Past continuous is I was working, past perfect continuous. She said she had been working. Okay, had been working. Present perfect is I've worked. Past perfect is she said she had worked. Okay. Is are going to is I'm going to work. Is was were going to she said she was going to work. Okay. Will is I will work. Here in reported statement would. She told him she would work. Okay. With can is I can work. Is here with could. She said she could work. With should is I should work. Should no change. She told him that she should work. Past perfect is I had worked. Past perfect no change. She said she had worked. Past perfect continuous is I had been working. Past perfect continuous no change. She told him she had been working. Okay, perfect. Time expression other change is today, the day, yesterday, the previous day, the day before, last week, month, the previous week, month, or month of the week or month before. Days, weeks ago is days, weeks before. Tomorrow is the following day or the next day. Next week is month, is the following week, month or the next week, month. Now is then, here is there, this is that, those. Okay. We have here practice number 5, practice number 6, in class activity number 2, listening, writing, speaking tips for your health. Practice number 7, optional practice number 8, concept and structure number 3. When we want to report what someone has said, there are other reporting verbs we can use. When the information in the report already happened, we change the tense of the verbs by using the sequence of tenses. Some of these verbs are mention, explain, admit, agree, decide, deny, point out, or and promise. The coordinator, okay, the classes will all be in English. You will have a final exam at the end of each level. Okay. He mentioned that the classes were all in English. Okay. He explained that we would have a final exam. Perfect. Practice number 9. Grammar capsule is important. In addition to the verbs we saw earlier, we can also use insist, suggest, and recommended to report Notice the form of the verb after these reporting verbs. And for example, the teacher suggested that we listen to the audio every day. Sub suggested that, sub, and verb in simple form, or recommended, or insist. Okay. Practice number 10, practice number 11, optional practice number 12, vocabulary review.
Financiero o financiera, un gusto saludarte. Mi nombre es Isaac Badillo y en este espacio te voy a mostrar los diferentes productos, servicios bancarios. Yo soy Isaac Badillo, tengo 9 años de carrera bancaria al día de hoy, año 2019, y quiero compartir contigo todo lo que he aprendido. El mundo bancario es bastante amplio y aquí te voy a compartir las diferentes herramientas, productos, servicios que pueden ser de tu utilidad. Bienvenido y que disfrutes este espacio.
¿Qué onda, mi amigo? Para hacerte la invitación me sigas en mi otra red Banco para ti en Instagram, YouTube y TikTok. Ahí te veo.